Hey guys, CDTVThaG here. The G, of course, stands for groovy. And today, we are going to be reacting to the Book of Eli by Ski Mask the Slump God. Now, there has been a little bit of confusion surrounding this album's release. It was on Soundcloud, then it got taken off Soundcloud, but for some reason, I still have it here. I still have it on SoundCloud. It says that it's got like 0 tracks there, but if you scroll through, all the songs are here, and I can play them all. So let's listen to it. Let's just do it. So just so you have a little idea of my thoughts before we get into the video on Ski Mask in general, I think he's a very good rapper and I enjoy a lot of his music. I think his flow is phenomenal. I just think he uses that flow a bit too much. It's like his version of the A flow, you know. It gets a bit repetitive when he keeps using that flow, so I'm hoping we don't hear that too much on here. And I'm also kind of hoping he tones it down with the ad-libs a little bit, because even though I do like the kind of cartoonish nature it gives to his music, I really enjoy that kind of animated sound, his animated lyrics, but the ad-libs can get a little bit annoying and a bit like, it's just a bit too much sometimes. But with that being said, let's see what he's bringing on this in this project. Track number 1, we have Lost Souls featuring Rich the Kid. Let's get into it. We're not toning down on the ad-libs, I guess. That beat is weird. Not in the best way, honestly.
I am not simple, but when I do find a bitch, I greet the bitch with a roar. Fells, I'm onto the floor. Flow high like Earth's core. A little bitch, trackable, shakeable. Diamonds are struck, though. Diamonds are struck, though. Hopped in the game, anime shit. Flow won't push my fist.
I will say it doesn't sound too different at all to what we've already heard from Ski. I feel like I've heard this song before. Okay, Rich the Kid.
Smoking out a pound of shit. My diamonds gon' blind you quick. Fucking hater when you check up. Trying to bitch for my neck up.
I actually kind of like Rich the Kid's voice. It's just his delivery is never different between songs. He always kind of sounds the same, but I didn't mind him on here. He was alright. He was alright. Like I said, for that track, I feel it was not exactly anything different from Ski, so it was a kind of weird choice to kick the album off. The beat was just okay. The flows were nice, but it just feels like something we really have heard before from Ski. I don't feel like there was anything that really made that track different or unique, but yeah. It's an okay song. Well, next up we have track number 2, a very short one, and this one is titled Run, and it's produced by Timbaland, so let's get into it.
Think I'm on an animal planet with this snake belt buckle, but then the Gucci so don't you get chuckle. Not a mechanic, but this tool like clutch it. No chicken nugget, but my sauce been busted. Bitch, go harder than when Chris Brown cupping. No, bitch, go harder than bread comes in the summer. Go day, my folk get you rolling like no go motive. Run, motherfucker, run, motherfucker, run. Motherfucker, run, motherfucker.
It's such a simple hook, but I'm finding it like, it's just super catchy. The way it runs off, it sounds so nice. Okay, yeah, that was a cool track. Definitely very catchy, and I can't see me coming back to that one. The flows were very rapid on there, which is, whilst I don't think rapping fast automatically makes a song good, I do like fast flows, and it was really cool to hear them on there. They were really kind of bouncy, added a nice bit of like energy to the track, and I like the production on there. Again, can I say it was something I didn't necessarily expect? Not really, but I enjoyed it, so it gets points for that. It does get points. Let's get into track number 3, which is called SKIMeetsWorld, which I believe this one was the reason why it got delayed so much, I think. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was like it had a sampling issue.
Can I bother build a bitch? Yes, I can. Can we Thomas the trainer? I think I can. Pull up me like a dead van. My dick as long as the beak of face of 2
I like that beat. It's got the perfect amount of cartoonishness for Ski Mask. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know what Boy Meets World is. I'm assuming that's what he's sampling here. Please don't kill me in the comments if I should know what that is. Yeah, I like it because it's got that kind of cartoonish sound that works really well with Ski Mask. Like, I really liked his Slaps for My Drop Top Minivan short EP, because it had like these beats that were so based on kind of like pop culture type stuff, and I thought that was great. So it's good to hear that on this one.
Nice, you look nice, that's that spice. I like what? Yo bitch right, home I did, like a strike. I said what?
It's a weird one, because I find it really kind of, it's an entertaining song, it's a fun song, but the lyrics are so just whatever. Like, there's nothing being said here. I got ice, it looked nice, that's that spice, I'm like, what? You know, it's a fun enough track that I think I can give it a pass. Like, it's enjoyable. It's definitely enjoyable. Damn Daniel references, that's not okay though. That's not okay. No. I think that's probably, I would say that's my favorite track so far. I like the kind of almost like wackiness of it. It had the very kind of cartoon-based lyrics from Ski. He was making like Bob the Builder, Thomas the Tank Engine references, and I really love that. I think that's like his kind of unique lyrical style, using all those cartoonish references. It's really a sound that maybe other people have done it, but I think Ski Mask has kind of managed to make that sound his. I think I liked everything about that track. I mean, on the verses, the lyrics were, if I'm being honest, a bit shit, but it was fun enough that I could enjoy it, and I think that's all I really needed to get from that track. Next up, we have Worldwide.
Nationwide on your bitch side. Hey!
Oh. Oh. This is the follow-up to Cash Me Outside, isn't it? Which is a song I'm not a huge fan of, honestly. Don't slaughter me for it, because I know it's one of his most popular songs, but Cash Me Outside, it's one of my least favorite Ski songs.
Shape shift what you do on you. Turn to no shake. Pull up on her, give her my pee like I did it. I'm on your bitch side like nationwide on me. It's a weed and it's lots on me.
This is way better than Cash Me Outside already, in my opinion.
Like poison, I be nobody is fucking with me. My flow ain't float like butterflies, stinging like me. I got no pressure, cannot proceed. Yes, indeed. I'm on your bitch side like nationwide on me. It's a weed and it's lots on me.
I love this track, holy shit. This is getting replayed as soon as I finish this reaction multiple times. That beat, man. Yes, yes, yes. That was almost like what Catch Me Outside should have been to me. You know, it had that kind of fun, bouncy sound to it, but the beat on here sounded a lot less kind of, I don't want to say cheap, because the beat on Catch Me Outside wasn't necessarily cheap. It just didn't connect with me at all. Like, that song did not connect with me. This one, I fucking connected with this one. That was a great song. I love the energy on there. That just makes me kind of want to move. It makes me feel happy. It's a feel-good song. Oh, it's just so catchy. Scrap what I said. This is my favorite song so far. So let's go on to the next track, which is Throwaway.
I need a grown man diaper. I'm about to shit on this track.
Ski man, you just got me gassed up. You got me excited. And then you said, I need a grown man diaper. I'm going to shit on the track. It wasn't even a lyric. Like, that didn't need to be there. You could have just cut that out and saved me pausing the song.
Don't wait, my three throw your mama. I broke on your mama, then I throw her away. I feel, look at the wrist.
Is that Ronny J?
What's a bus? Diamond Pikachu. Leave him a shot. I'm gonna talk.
Okay, here we go. Here's Ski. That's us back at the hook already? You know what? I have to say, I believe the hook on that song. It did sound like a throwaway. That was just not good. That song didn't need to be on here. I've never been like a huge fan of Ronny J's production. I think he's made like good beats for maybe Denzel Curry before, but I don't think there's been many other Ronny J beats that I've really liked. This one was just whatever. And Ronny J's vocals, they're just, he's like 50-50 with his vocals, because there's some songs where I think Ronny J gives really good vocal performances. There was some on his most recent tape where I thought he did well, but this wasn't one of those songs. And Ronny J did most of the verse there. Ski Mask just had like 4 lines on the verse. We're gonna miss that one. That's getting a skip every time. But next we have track number 6, which is With Vengeance. Now this is a track that I've already heard before, but I don't remember what it sounds like at all. I think I only listened to it a couple of times, and it was a while ago. I think it was when it first came out. So I'm gonna listen to it again and see what I think about it this time. Oh, and of course this track is featuring Offset.
Ooh, your bitch gon' catch my balls just like a goalie woody. We had hotel just like Zach and Cody. Pockets look pregnant or maybe just bloated. My pockets look nosy, Pinocchio poking. Her pussy hocus, I'm a pocus.
What does that mean? Her pussy hocus, I'm a pocus. The similes here are kind of nice though, apart from that hocus pocus thing. Oh.
It's a round, so we trapping like the Phantom. Yeah, I had to get the loud for the verdict. Converted, the nigga go to war like the Persian. You got caught up in no game, we got left back. My niggas pull up with the Drake at the Hellcat.
I've noticed we're having a little bit of an inconsistent album so far, because it was the first 2 tracks I thought they were just completely average. Maybe listening back I'll like them even less. Then the next 2 tracks, like I said, I love. Throwaway, don't like that at all. This one's really good, With Vengeance. I want to mention Offset first, because we have heard Migos rap over some like darker beats before, but I don't think, we rarely hear them rap over something kind of like this sinister. So it's interesting hearing Offset over such kind of like a looming beat, and I really liked it, man. He was killing it with his flow on here. Surprisingly, I really liked the incredibly processed sound he had on his vocals. I didn't think I would like that, but it added to kind of like the character of his verse, but it sounded really cool. And, you know, Ski was great on there too. He kind of opted for a more slower flow in general, but it completely worked on this type of beat. That gets the thumbs up. I don't remember it sounding like that, so clearly I just kind of played it in the background the first couple times I heard it. Next up we have track number 7, another one which I have heard but I can't remember what it sounds like. It's called Coolest Monkey in the Jungle, featuring SahBabii. Oh.
Think I'm a wizard, hot as desert critters, or cooking gizzards, liquor like a lizard. They how I litter, biggity, diamonds move fidgety, smoke me a cigarette, fuck all your bitches. I'm the coolest monkey in the jungle.
I'm not feeling the delivery on that verse. Like, I know it's kind of Ski Mask thing, but it was a bit too goofy for me. Okay, it's picking up. Why is his delivery so soft? I don't think that verse was on it when I first heard this song. I'm pretty sure it was just a single verse. Maybe it was a snippet I heard, I don't know. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say that I have kind of mixed feelings on that song. The first verse, you know, the flow was quite nice, but I feel like towards the second half of the first verse, that kind of goofy delivery he was using is just, like I said, it's too goofy for me to enjoy it. The hook was cool. That second verse from SahBabii, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, was very weird. I used to live in the jungle, I got my thumb in her butthole. That's just a weird way to start your verse. And then there was just so many weird lines here, and then when he was picking the flow up it sounded cool, but his delivery was so soft, and it was just a very confusing verse. It felt very weird, but my favourite part of that song was definitely verse 3 by Ski. That was a solid verse. That one was solid. I enjoyed that verse. I don't know. It's a strange song, that one. Mixed feelings on that. Now track number 8, moving on to it, we have a song called Suicide Season.
Said I'm older and I'm sober in the middle of October. Grape and juice, okay, you smooth like Pope and O&J. I killed that pussy like O&J. Been to sign it, then I think they be so big. Yo, bitch, Iggy Viggy. That hoe got the cootie.
The singing is weird, but it works. It's weird hearing him over one of these kind of like slower, kind of smooth beats. So interesting combo. I really did like the production on that one, I do have to say that. Okay, that song was interesting. It was definitely something a little bit different from Ski, and I do like to hear him experiment with different sounds rather than, you know, experimenting with different sounds most of the time is much better than always doing the same thing. I don't know how to describe the beat. It almost had like a kind of nighttime vibe to it, a kind of nighttime cruising vibe, if that makes sense. That's the kind of vibe I got from it, and we never really hear Ski over beats like that, or it's rare anyway, so that was really cool to hear. And he used a very kind of like low pitch, just low key delivery on this one, and it was cool to hear. I think I'm gonna listen to that. I think I need to listen to that song a couple more times, honestly, to really know how I feel about it. Definitely don't think it was a bad song, so I enjoyed that one. That was cool enough. Let's go to track number 9 now. We're getting pretty close to the end of this album already, and this song is called The Bee's Knees, which of course was released as a single from this. Yet again, I have heard it. Yet again, I can't really remember what it sounds like, because I only listened to it once when it came out. Yeah, let's listen to this one again. I remember that I did like this song, so that's something.
I feel like the package logo, I'm a G. The nigga be for the cap, like knees. Fucking all the knees and bubble bees. That bitch let me sleep, She goes on my beat,
That hook isn't that great, though.
Finishing enemy, I will get rid of him. What is the minimum, maximum? I used to trap and shit, now I be KO and he's selling packs and be texting him.
The verses were definitely my favourite part of this song. I'm really not a fan of the chorus on that one. It's just the It gets really repetitive and boring after like the third line. You know, he had really good flows across this whole thing, and it was just an entertaining song with a cool beat. There's really not much I can say about it, honestly. I mean, it was just a pretty good song. That's all I can say. Next up, we have track number 10, which is Geekin, featuring Danny Towers.
Geekin. I give him my face on Geekin. I just got me new eyes for the weekend. And just like my mixtape, that bitch leaking. If the situation getting hairy, I give that a trim. Elbow in.
Yeah, I don't like that hook. It's kind of in the same school as Ronny J's auto-tune singing, you know? And that's not a compliment. I feel like this is weird. That's another one where I feel like I'm gonna have to listen to it a bit more to really decide how I feel. Again, I have an issue with this one that I've had with quite a few of the other tracks. Again, it's just the chorus. It wasn't that good. The auto-tune singing was nothing noteworthy. The hook just kind of dragged. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that track. Number 11, we have Dapper Dan. Oh my god. God damn, the repetitive ad-libs. That beat surprised me. It just kind of exploded. My energy get up, I get to a sit up, I got the bitch lit up. And take a zen, cause I'm a scary like boogeyman. But really, man, I pull up and drop top the minivan. Man, she's sucking on my dick, sound like she eating low man. I need more tracks like this on this album, man. I like that song. That was weird because usually, I'm sure you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of distortion, but there it was just the right amount of distortion to give the track like a real kick to it. And that one kind of just exploded out of nowhere, caught me off guard, and I liked it, really got my energy back up. I really like these kind of energetic, fast flow songs from Ski Mask. It's probably my favourite type of song that he does. The hook, it was almost on the verge of getting annoying, but it didn't quite go there, so I'm pleased to say the hook didn't annoy me on that one either. Wow, and now we only have 2 tracks left, and the next one, I feel like I've said this a lot. I have heard this one, haven't listened to it in a while, so I can't remember how it sounds. Up next, we have Child's Play, which was originally known as Poltergeist. Very aggressive song. I cannot tell how I feel about this one again. I am confused again. The aggression on that song was definitely something we don't commonly hear from Ski. You never hear him getting angry like that, so that was really cool to hear. It's another song I think I feel kind of mixed on. I like the energy to it. I just don't know if I'm feeling how it's produced. It feels a little bit kind of cluttered, I guess would be the best way to describe it. There was one bit towards the end of the verse I noticed where he was just straight up flowing without using ad-libs to fill in the space between the flow. And that sounded so much better to me. Usually he does this thing where he'll say like a quick line, use an ad-lib to fill space to the next line where he says a quick line again. And usually his ad-libs will make the verse sound faster than it is. But on that one, it wasn't the case at the end. Like, he was properly just kind of going off with his flow at the end of the verse there. So again, of course, flow is a highlight. I think I'm leaning more towards liking that song. I just don't think I love it. And now, we're already at the final song on the album. The final track, which is another one featuring Rich the Kid. This is Bukkake. I am a motherfucker asshole and cut. My diamonds clean as a newborn baby dog tongue. Puss too good like young. Make a door back flip, then she come with it. Ad-libs. 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 Shout out my slime and my ex. Shout out my Billy. I do donuts. What's in your freezer? Bitch, I'm froze up. She want the mileage. So she told you. Shout out my bitch. Cause she couldn't get them. That beat is hard though. That beat is really hard. And that is us done with the Book of Eli. Strange project. But first, that song. I think I like that song, actually. It went really hard. It had some energy. The beat was very powerful. Just the right amount of distortion to give it a real kick. Rich the Kid was cool on here. I actually really enjoyed his flow. Again, like I said, his delivery never changes, but he has a cool flow here, and I liked it. Especially the shout out my Bentley. I do donuts, what's in your freezer? Bitch, I'm froze up. You know, it just flows together very nicely, so I like that. The hook on this one, the hook was horrible. Like, I'm sorry, but I just think it comes off as kind of lazy to literally just make your ad-libs the hook, and it wasn't catchy, so it didn't have any, like, positive effect, personally, for me. So yeah, we are finished with the mixtape. Overall thoughts on Book of Eli by Ski Mask, the Slump God. I said it a few tracks ago and it still stands. I think the best way to describe this is an inconsistent project. It's a very strange project for me. I'm not too sure how to feel about it. This is one where I'm really gonna need a couple more listens to decide what my real like final verdict is gonna be on this one. I think this is a mixtape, not an album. It definitely comes off as much more of a mixtape, you know. It doesn't feel like it's like cohesive enough to be an album. But yeah, if we want to go for the best songs on this album, it's definitely SKIMeetsWorld, Worldwide, which was that was a highlight and a half. With Vengeance, Dapper Dan. I think I'd say those are like my, if I had to pick the absolute best, those four are like my downright favorites. There's some fantastic flows on here, some production choices that weren't that great, some that were absolutely fantastic. It's just confusing. It's a confusing mixtape. This definitely isn't one of my favorite ski mixtapes. I'd definitely put Slaps for My Drop Top Minivan above this. You know, I would definitely put Drowning Designer above this. I think Drowning Designer is probably my favorite Ski Mask tape so far, hands down. Would I put You Will Regret above this? Not too sure. That's where I think the competition is right now. Yeah, that's what I think of this one. Very confusing listen, but let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments below. Thank you for watching this one, guys. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you want to see more reactions like this one. Let me know what your favorite tracks were. You can subscribe to my twin's channel, CDTV Productions. He'll probably upload a 10 fastest Ski Mask the Slump God versus part 2 video soon, so keep an eye out for that. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. This is your boy, CDTVThaG, signing out.